What's up, San Antonio? It's your girl JJ going live on Facebook during this COVID-19 year. We're going to be talking a little bit about sports, music, things going on in San Antonio, and even a special guest or teammate up. Feel free to share, comment throughout the show, and I hope you enjoy.
That is true. A special guest or two or three may pop in. Today we get to showcase a very special program right here in San Antonio. Of course, the San Antonio Sports, which is a non-profit organization whose mission is to transform our community into through the power of sports. SA Sports bids on events just like the NCAA championship games, like the men's and women's Final Four, which of course will be right here in San Antonio, which I can't wait for. Go UConn. But another special event they do host is a San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by HEB. Over 112 athletes get to partake in this game, representing 62 schools right here from the San Antonio and surrounding area. This game will now take place January 30th at Hero Stadium at 2 p.m. Joining me today is David Castro, Senior Events and Sports Manager for San Antonio Sports. Kannon Williams, the QB from Harlan High School, and of course, Carlos Camargo, right here from San Antonio's Brackenridge High School. Guys, thank you for taking the time to join me.
Thank you. Thank you
for having us on.
Cameron, this is an amazing journey for you. I know you guys are out there at the beach, probably hanging tough. Carlos, thank you so much for doing this. I know you're a track star and you got a lot of other things going on today as well. And David, well, we got a lot of sports to talk about in these next few months, whether it be basketball or football. But today's the day we talk about our amazing football game that usually takes place in the Alamo Dome. Actually has a little different setting this year, but that's okay. We're still going to have it. You have an amazing group of gentlemen that are going to be representing the SA Sports game. And let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, for sure. And JJ, thanks again for having me on to talk about the game. And Kannon and Carlos, thanks for joining us to talk about this. But yeah, JJ, as you mentioned, 112 kids from 62 different high schools here in the greater San Antonio area. I tell everyone that includes Bexar County and the 7 surrounding counties. And so that's over 90 different high schools that are involved during the whole selection process. And this will be the 43rd game. This is the 43rd year since we posted this event. We took over, when I say we, San Antonio Sports took over this event in 2013. And this will be the first year in 8 years that this game will not be played at the Alamo Dome. So just as 2020 and now 2021 has been a unique year for us all, it's been a unique year for this All-Star game. But we're very honored and still very blessed and fortunate enough to be able to put on this event for all of these deserving seniors in the area because it's been a unique year. I know Carlos and his squad, I think they only played like 6-7 games, while Kannon and Harlan and Northside at the 6A level, they played I think 9-10 games. So everyone was facing different challenges, and it was a unique year. But we're excited that we're still having the opportunity to put this game on next week.
Yeah, I mean, this is a game that I have been looking forward to. David, you know this. I had been looking forward to for so long. I've been able to watch Kannon play a few games in the Alamo Dome, and that was pretty special last year that I got to see a couple of playoff games in there. I think it was against Taft, if I'm not mistaken. Right, Kannon? Was it Taft?
Yeah, we played Wagner last year.
Wagner. Yep, it was in the playoffs. So I got to see him, be there with his mom and everybody and his grandparents, and to see that game, and knew that I'd probably get to see Kannon one more time in the Alamo Dome was going to be pretty special. But we have unfortunate circumstances, and obviously Hero Stadium is welcoming you guys, David, and that's a pretty big stadium as well. And you guys are looking to get that, seated properly and packed and everything else going on. I know there's a lot of COVID questions that people have. Can you give us a little insight on the ticket prices and some of the requirements for the game?
Yeah, for sure. And as you mentioned, there are some different obstacles and challenges that we've been faced due to COVID, but a huge shout out and props to our partners, Northside Independent School District and Northeast Independent School District, both who are the corresponding districts of our 2 coaches for the game this year, and Northeast being where the game will be hosted at Hero Stadium. They've been great partners, and we've been following all of their protocols. And at Hero Stadium, guys, we'll have about 3,400 people, and tickets are still on sale. You can go to sanantoniosports.org and buy tickets online now for $10. Tickets on game day will bump up to $15, so take advantage of those ticket prices of being $10 while you have the opportunity this last week. Kickoff is at 2 p.m. We're going to be on CW broadcasts. We have great partners with our Sinclair broadcasting group that have always done a great job promoting this game and kind of decorating it and making it such a special event for these participating players and whatnot. And yeah, we're just very thrilled and honored to still have this opportunity, even with the COVID restrictions and whatnot. As you mentioned, Hero Stadium is really big. Just for everyone's knowledge, it holds 10 to 11,000 people at a full capacity. So, we're way under that 35% capacity, and we're going to have plenty additional staff and volunteers to ensure the safety of all of our guests and our players as well. In addition to, these guys are going to be doing all the different safety COVID protocols at practice every day with their coaches, just as they have been with their high school teams all year long.
That is true. Kannon, I'm going to go ahead and start with you. Your career is a pretty amazing one. Total passing yards 5,453. Passing TDs 57. Passing yards per game average is 181. Your pass completion is 387. Pass attempts 634, and your interceptions are 22. Did you ever think you'd be playing in a high school all-star game like this?
Yeah, this is definitely something that I've grown up watching, and it's definitely something that I've worked to get to, because it's obviously every player in San Antonio wants to play in this game. So yeah, it's definitely something that I've been working for, and I'm glad to be here today.
Carlos, you are actually one of 9 San Antonio ISD students selected for this game. What does that accomplishment tell you about everything with your background and where you've come from over the years?
It's a blessing, because the whole SAIG been through a whole lot, and to be able to be picked out of one of 9 from the SAIG and the only one from my school is just a blessing to be able to go and play at the All-Star game. That's everyone's goal.
Yeah. Now, both of you are actually on Team Gold. And David, maybe you can give us some insight on some of the coaches that are going to be coaching both Team Gold and Team Black.
Yeah, for sure. So starting off with Team Gold, the coach for Kannon and Carlos and the rest of the entire squad of those 56 players will be Coach David Branscombe out of Brandeis High School. He's been at Brandeis 4 years now. Great season this year, but an amazing season last year. As Kannon knows, that Brandeis really really went to another level last year and were 12-1 and made a deep run in the playoffs. And Coach Branscombe's doing special things at Brandeis. And over at Team Black side, we have Coach Hamilton from Reagan High School, and they had a great year as well this year. I believe finishing the regular season 7-1 and either outright winning or sharing that district title with Johnson. And I know they had a few wins in the playoffs themselves, and we're very excited and honored to have both these coaches in our game, because they both represent at the highest level. They both carry their programs to high standards, and the record speaks for themselves as far as their programs and where they are today.
That truly does. Now, actually, Carlos, Kannon, you guys were actually middle school teammates on the football field. Now you're going to be teammates in the All-Star game. What does that kind of talk about, your upbringing through SAISD as well as, your high school careers?
It's crazy. I never would have saw this coming.
Yeah, shoot, I did.
Middle school, I was like,
we worked hard. We were good in middle school.
Go ahead, Kenny.
I mean, nah, Carlos scored some touchdowns. No, we worked hard in middle school. We were good. I mean, I don't think we lost a game. So I mean, you know,
I gotta
it
ask. So,
set us on the right path to be
Cannon,
successful in high school.
Were you throwing passes to Carlos? Did Carlos catch some TDs, or what positions were y'all playing back in middle school?
I think Carlos, you were the quarterback
Yeah,
for B team,
I was
right?
a B team quarterback, and Kannon was the A
Yeah,
team quarterback.
yeah, that's what we did.
So you guys share the same position in high school. I mean, in middle school, come up, and then, I mean, Carlos, I know you play a lot of different positions from wide receiver, D back, middle linebacker, and of course, Cannon, you stuck with being the quarterback. Isn't it kind of weird as you get a little older? Either your body changes or your mindset of where you actually physically want to play and how well you execute throughout those years. And Ken, I know you go to tons of camps. I've seen your resume on the different positions and I mean different camps you've played. Carlos, you're obviously also a track star for SAISD. And I know that speed at wide receiver actually helps, but isn't it just kind of weird how this all kind of takes place at starting at a very young age?
It's crazy. I never would have saw myself here because middle school I was like one of the smallest ones there. But coming out of 8th grade, I started seeing what I wanted to do, so I started training, and then I just had a little growth spurt. I mean, I didn't get like extremely big, but I was bigger than what I was in middle school, and I never would have saw myself where I am right now.
Cannon, we share this very special bond with a very special teacher of ours that has meant so much to us, Miss Castillo, who I know is probably listening somewhere. Um, you know, I know she made a promise to you, and I know you guys had this little pack um, about the Heisman. Can you tell us that story? You want to talk about that story? Because I know it's a pretty cool story.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, Carlos, you had Miss Castillo too, right?
Yeah, for the pre-med year, and then I had her my 6th grade year.
Yeah. But nah, I mean, she used to just call me her Heisman. I mean, and yeah, I mean that was our thing. That's how she. That's how I mean, I was one of the few football players in her class when she first met me, and I don't know if you know Coach Mosey, but she introduced me to Coach Mosey, and she told him that I was gonna be his quarterback, and I mean, it just went from there.
Mm-hmm. That she did.
Yeah.
I think we all know Coach Mosey. Hopefully, we never sat in his room, but I remember
No, I did a couple times. I was a little knucklehead.
we're all Harris. Well, I know the three of us are. David, I don't know what middle school you went to, but we all ironically went to the same middle school.
Wow.
Some of those teachers are still there, i.e., Coach Mosey or Miss Castillo, who was actually pregnant with her first child when I was there. Kind of takes you back. Yes, Cannon. That's the story. She was actually pregnant with Jessica at the time. So that's how long I've known Miss Castillo and how Miss Castillo's been in my inner circle for a very long time and a very special person in my life. But Cannon, let's talk about number 82 and what that means to you right now at this moment, knowing the All-Star games coming up.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, that was something that he always talked about. He wanted to play in the All-Star game, and it sucks that he didn't get to live to see that. But I'm living through it, and he's living through me. So everything I do, I'm thinking about him in the back of my head. He's what I work for.
There you go, buddy. I know for sure he will definitely, he's always at your games, but I know for sure this one is one special game he's going to be at. Carlos, you have a group that surrounds you and supports you very deeply. And I know Miss Castillo always talks very highly of you. Tell us, how excited is your family for you to be in this game?
And they're excited. They already got their tickets and everything. They have all these reserved seats. They're just waiting on the game to happen. Everybody's asking me, when's the game? When's the game? And like I already bought tickets. All my supporters are happy. They're ready.
I think it's so funny because, again, Harris, Southside, we never forget those players. We never ever forget them. And I know for a fact you guys are gonna have a lot of people there just between the two of you, big time family members. Um, Obviously, Kannon, your parents are both coaches, which is funny. They both have broken many fingers for you from over the years. Your poor mom, man, I swear, she has caught many of your passes, been on TV talking about it. And, if there's one of your biggest supporters, I know it's her. What do you think she's thinking right now?
She's probably freaking out a little bit. I just turned 18 the other day, and about to start college in a couple months. I mean, she's excited. This is what I've been working for my entire life. I mean, we've just been waiting for this moment to happen. I mean, it's almost here. A lot of excitement, probably a little nervous, but mostly excitement.
Now, I know, Kannon, you had to kind of cut your season short with a playoff game. What were you thinking knowing that you guys weren't going to get to play in that last playoff game?
Can you repeat the question? It kind of cut out a little bit.
The last playoff game, you guys kind of fell short because didn't you have to forfeit that game due to some COVID?
Yeah, we had to forfeit it, yeah.
I mean, how does that make you feel knowing that, you didn't technically play the game to lose the game or, have that opportunity? Do you feel cheated out on it due to COVID?
I mean, I wouldn't say cheated out, I mean, things happen. I mean, you just got to keep it pushing. But, everybody knows we would have won that game. I mean,
Yep.
I wouldn't say everybody knows, but I mean, I know we would have won the game. So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I'm ready for college. I had a long, pretty good high school career. So, I mean, I'm ready for the next step.
Carlos, you actually fell short against Southwest, right? It was Southwest.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Southwest Dragons.
It was still a hard-fought game. I got to see bits and pieces of it, but anything you regret, knowing Coach Hall's, retirement was around the corner? That was his last game.
I regret losing the championship for the district against Lanier. That's
Yep.
one thing I regret, and going into playoffs. And then just that first playoff game, that's one game we really wanted to win, but just didn't turn out that way.
What was Coach Hall's impact on you growing up? I mean, being at Brack.
The fact of him giving me a shot to play on the varsity level just made me want to like play hard every play,
Mm-hmm.
because I was like that one like skinny kid out there like working to play every snap of like the play and everything, and he gave me a shot because everyone out there was bigger than me, but I just had a different mentality. I got fast, I got taller, and I just used that to my advantage.
Yes, you did, Carlos. You guys are the up and coming stars and in San Antonio area, and all these kids that are featured, these 112 athletes that are featured, you never know what's going to happen. Marcus Davenport, there's been a few other big name stars that are in the NFL right now. What are your goals just in the near future? Where do you see yourself in 5 years from now? And I'll start with you, Carlos.
In 5 years, I want to still be running and jumping. I'm a big track lover. I like to run, and just the feeling of being able to compete with other people that are fast, just like you, and being able to push yourself because of others, it just makes your blood rush. Feels good.
Kannon, 5
I want to
years.
be in the Olympics.
On the Olympics. There you go, Carlos.
Awesome.
All right. Well, I know for a fact David and I will definitely hold you to that. We're going to be watching you definitely in college. Kannon, 5 years. Where do you see yourself?
Yeah. We're gonna see how long I'm in college for, but obviously I'm shooting for the NFL, so I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get there. And that's what I'm shooting for.
The Heisman, huh? You're still going to get the Heisman.
Yeah. Well, I mean, shoot.
All right. So we're on the topic, and you said it. Hopefully, I'm still in college or not. But what colleges are we looking at here, guys? I mean, come on. Let's get a little insight on this.
I'm signed to UIW already, so I'll be staying here.
Nice. Carlos?
Right now, I'm just getting looked at for track, which is from UIW and Texas State, and then Our Lady of the Lake. But right now, the only offer I have is from Our Lady of the Lake. I'm just waiting for track season to start to be able to show myself and show my talent to show how much I've improved. And I'm trying to beat some records for long jump right now.
Okay. So do you want to stay in San Antonio? You want to kind of venture out?
I like San Antonio. I want to stay home. Plus, I like the weather here. It's hot in summer. It's not too crazy.
David, where did you go to college?
Birds up. I went to UTSA.
I knew it.
I have respect and love for all the colleges and universities in San Antonio for sure.
There you go. I was crazy and took my Texas butt to Huron, South Dakota. Don't ask me what I was thinking, but yeah, I froze for a little bit, but it was worth it. I got to play sports and have a nice softball career over there in Huron, and I loved it. I loved it. I thought it was a great reset to kind of get your mind on that athletic, spark and where I wanted to go with my career. And, I encourage you guys to do the same. Leave all the options out there. Check everything. Make sure academically it's where you want to be. And, it's a great thing. My career has been able to take me so many different places because of what I've majored in. And doing shows like this and featuring athletes and giving back to the community, just like SA Sports does, is something pretty cool to be able to do. And it's been an honor having you guys here. So real quick before we go, we're going to kind of just highlight some of the other schools here. David, if you'd help me out with this.
For sure.
I know Alamo Heights has 2 athletes, Bernie ISD, between Bernie Champion and just Bernie High School has 5 student athletes participating in the game. Comal ISD, which is Smith and Valley, Kannon High School, and Canyon Lake have 5. Comfort ISD, Comfort High School having 2 athletes. Divine ISD with 2. Dehanis has 1. East Central Memorial High School with 2. Harlandale High School 1. Let's see here. Judson with 3. Veterans Memorial with 1. Wagner with 3. Kerrville Tivy, of course, actually has a good CB back there, I hear, coming out of Kerrville. Lavernia with 2. Lytle with 2. Marion with 2. Of course, the bulk of it is from SAISD, Northside, and Northeast ISD. Like I said, Northside ISD Cannon's group has 19 student athletes coming out of that group. David, I know you touched on a little bit of the process, but some of the key players and also selecting these are, Jason Minix, I understand, correct?
Yeah, so touching on that, we have a selection committee that helps us select these players, and it's not San Antonio Sports that selects these players for this All-Star game. It's a great and highly respected selection committee we have that is made up of different members of the media, as you mentioned, Jason Minix from ESPN Radio 1250. We have several former athletic directors, like Jerry Comalander, like Dub Ferris, like Frank Arnold. Then we even have other media members such as David Hinojosa from the Express News, Bobby Stotzenberger from Texas Sports Network, and Gary DeLon, who's a Hall of Famer broadcaster himself. So it's really special because we get these group of amazing individuals and who all have different backgrounds and also different perspectives. And when we call it the War Room every year, and we go through this because we have over 300 players nominated every year, and only 100 to 115 can make it every year. And it's never easy. We tell everyone it's not an easy process because all of these seniors are deserving and well worthy. But unfortunately, not everyone can play in the game, and we really dive in, and it's about a 4 to 6 hour process, and it feels like preparation, like these teams do in the NFL, where we kind of go through and we really look at each and every player. And I specifically remember when Carlos came up, we had two media members were like, "That's the fastest kid in the city, no doubt." And so, you know, everyone pays attention to all these kids, and it's a huge accomplishment for these kids too. And it just shows that their hard work pays off. And I heard them both say their career aspirations and what they want to do at the next level. And guys, shoot for the stars because it's possible. And we've seen so many kids from this game go on to actually follow and fulfill their dreams. And you know, when Carlos was saying he was a small middle schooler, it made me think and reminisce of Marcus Davenport because I graduated the same year as Marcus. I went to Taft while he went to Stevens. Marcus was 6'7", 180 pounds, and had nowhere near the frame for NFL, let alone, you know, UTSA was taking a shot at him. And hard work pays off, and he was that first ever first round pick for UTSA, and now is a starting defensive lineman for the New Orleans Saints. So anything's possible, and we're very honored to be able to host this game for these kids to have that one last moment. And who knows? I mean, we had 57 kids last year play at the next level from our game, and I anticipate even more from this year.
That is amazing. I just remember over the years how much it's grown, David. Yep. You guys used to kind of piggyback off the All-Star game that was brought up by the Army Bowl game, and I got a chance to work with you guys doing some game up stuff. Wow, when back in the day, and I remember it. You know, it's starting to blossom here, and it was. I remember Alicia Keys played the very first game ever. Nobody really knew who she was, and then you know it started to grow and grow, and then you guys piggyback off that game, and it was just the crowd that stayed, you know, and the crowd that joined in. You know, so many people just were coming for the HEB game, but you know those other coaches and I know scouts stayed for this game, and over the years and checked it out, and that's where I think kind of helped kind of scout without really scouting these players. And that is one thing that I kind of see maybe is going to get overseen this year, is that opportunity for some of those coaches that were here from those big name schools to kind of see these kids play. But I guarantee it, you guys are going to do a great job, you know, having this on the TV, radio, and everything else that it's being covered on. Scouts are going to be looking at this game. I know, you know, there's a lot of people that are going to be looking forward to it here in Texas. Obviously, Texas is the home of high school football, and, you know, it's going to be a good one.
For sure, JJ. And I'm glad you brought that up because we're actually working with the National Head Coaches Football Association, just as we do every year. And normally they have their convention in conjunction with our game the week of at the convention center. And to your point, you know, none of that is happening this year, but we're still working with them and connecting with them. We're going to have game footage for them. We're going to put this on Huddle afterwards so different scouts and recruiters can have access to the film and look at it, because we literally get kids who get offered after this game, and we don't want any of our players to miss that opportunity even this year. And you know, this year is different. There's challenges, but doesn't mean we can still be a little creative and work around that. And you know, we have a good game plan to make sure that these kids still get those looks and as much exposure as they can.
Yeah, you guys, hats off to you, Jenny Carnes, Russ Bookbinder, Ross. I mean, you guys do so much for the community and bring these premier events to San Antonio. Like I said at the beginning, you guys host and bid on many, many events. And this is definitely one that you guys take a lot of pride in. Obviously, the Final Fours are huge and amazing for the city, but this is right up there, buddy. I mean, this is one that really represents San Antonio and what it means to live here, and so many community sponsors that you have. I mean, that's where the community comes together and shows force, hey, we mean business and our kids mean everything to us, and that's what I love to see the most.
For sure. And, JJ, this will be my 4th year working the game. And this is my first year managing the game as a whole. Shout out to Riley Walker, who's managed the game 3 years prior before. And Riley's now the wide receiver coach at East Central High School, doing a great job with the Hornets. But every year since I've worked this game, it's so special when you're on that sideline. And every year I always try to talk to the kids from both teams. And you just hear like how much of an honor it is and how just fortunate and thankful they are to play in this game. And especially for, I know Cannon's had the opportunity to play in the Alamo Dome, and I don't know if Carlos has or not, but those kids look, I know the game's not in the Alamo Dome this year, but the Alamo Dome has such a special meaning to everyone in this community because it's looked at like the stomping grounds for just sports in San Antonio history. I mean, so much has happened here, whether it's the Spurs playing here, whether it's the 4 men's Final Fours that we've had, or 4 now 5 women's Final Fours that we're having and whatnot. So I know this year too, I mean, it's been great working with our 112 players and their parents. They've all been very supportive. They've all been really easy to work with. And that's a huge, huge props to these kids and whatnot, because they've really stepped up this year and really been engaged. And I know they're ready to kick off practice on Monday.
Kick off practice on Monday. That's what my next question for you. What is, going to be taking place leading up to this big game?
Yeah. So tomorrow, actually at 2 p.m., we have what we call players coaches meeting every year, where we meet with all of our kids and their parents and guardians. And we kind of go over everything for the week, and we just host them and kind of give them an orientation for what to expect as we kick off the start of the week. And we have a guest speaker. Y'all, I think you will really like tomorrow's guest speaker, guys. So get ready for that. But as we kick off the player coaches meeting tomorrow, we then will have practice all week. And so Kannon and Carlos, both on Team Gold, they'll be with Coach Branscombe at Brandeis. And we're dealing, just because this year likes to give us obstacles, we're dealing with some facility issues, and we'll be at 2 different facilities, and we'll be back and forth. But I have no doubt in my mind that we'll still have great practice with Team Gold over there, and then Team Black will be practicing as well all week at Hero Stadium. So starting Monday, these kids will be practicing all week, and we'll have a little photo day, and we'll have some media come out, of course, and talk with the kids. And it's just a fun, festive week. I always tell everyone, it reminds me of like when you see all the festivities for a college bowl game or whatnot. It really does have that type of feel to it, because it's just a special moment, and there's a whole week leading up to it. And it's cool to see all these kids together from all these different communities and our larger San Antonio community come together for this special game.
Definitely. And you bringing up those events that are taking place with this game. It's weird because you and I have worked in the same building, and, the Alamo Bowl usually has their pep rallies, their team meetings, and they didn't get to have any of that this year. No pep rallies, no stuff like that. So to be able to see that these guys are going to get to experience that is pretty amazing. And David, you're teasing me, but I really want to know who this guest speaker is now.
He wasn't in the All-Star game, but I'm telling you, the career he's had so far, I think he may be, let's just say, another San Antonio player that we'll see in NFL for sure. He's been having a heck of a past 2 years and career so far at the college ranks, and really look forward to seeing what his future entails. But he will be speaking with the kids tomorrow.
You're not gonna leak it, are you, David? You're not.
No, I don't want to ruin the surprise for the kids.
Okay.
No, I would tell you.
I think I got a few ideas of who it might be. But
Yeah.
Oh man.
I gave a little hint. So.
Okay. Well, I definitely heard you say you're gonna have pictures and stuff. I definitely want a team gold picture, David. I'm gonna hold you to that.
For sure. And
picture.
Hey, and Tuesday for both these guys, they'll have their photo day. So we'll definitely have team photos, and it's cool because all the kids get to take that team photo, and they all get their own individual shots too and whatnot. Nice. So plenty of photos for sure.
What an honor, guys. I'm so excited for you guys, both of you. Like I said, us Harris people got to stick together, man. I'm so happy you guys have made it, and way to represent your schools in this all-star game. I know there's a lot of us, like I said, a lot of us cheering for you. I definitely will be there. David, let's give a quick shout out to some of your support, sponsors. Of course, Whataburger is a big one. University Health System, Frost Bank, Muy Pizza, Pizza Hut, obviously, and Sarah, Taco Cabana, Academy Sports and Outdoors, Powerade, KBB, Fox 29, News 4, ESPN 1250, and Thomas J. Henry and Via. Any particular things that we can look forward to with these guys coming up in the near future as well?
Yeah, no, I mean, first off, we can't pull off anything that we do without the support from our community, and that those are some of our many sponsors, and those are just some that sponsored this game specifically. But we work with so many great different organizations and companies here in the San Antonio area, and our title sponsor HEB, who's been the title sponsor for this game for several years now, they do a great job supporting this game and other programs that we do. And the U.S. Army, ironically enough, the Army sponsored the All-American Bowl for years, and they weren't a sponsor of ours. And when that transitioned out of the All-American Bowl, we really stepped up and took advantage of talking to them about sponsoring our game. It was kind of a little bit background for listeners, but kind of some of the influence on why our team is called Team Gold and Team Black. And
nice.
That's where we get that from, is from the Army. And that's where the Army has their logo on our jerseys and whatnot. And our sponsors do a great job supporting our kids in this game. The kids will get several goodies from our sponsors tomorrow during our player coaches meeting and at the game. So we're very thankful for their support.
Awesome. That is great. I usually do a quick hot shot, 8-second hot shot questions. But I'm just going to break it down to 8 questions. Carlos, I'm going to start with you. I'm going to give you 4 questions. Kannon, you're going to get the other 4. Carlos, real quick, hamburger or pizza?
Hamburger.
Favorite football player?
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson. All right. Cowboys or Texans?
Texans.
Xbox or PlayStation?
PlayStation.
Oh, man. All right, Kannon, here we go. Swimming or fishing?
Swimming.
You're at the lake, right? Who's the better catcher, mom or dad?
How you know
that? Who's the better catcher, mom or dad?
You said what? Probably my dad. Actually, I don't know. Mom, actually, that's a toss-up, honestly.
I mean, she even got the gloves and everything. She went out of her way for you, man.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's probably a toss-up. My dad's a football coach, and he still don't be catching them all.
Who wins the Super Bowl?
Ooh, Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. Okay. Is he your role model? I'm giving you an extra question. Sorry, buddy. Aaron Rodgers? Okay, let me do this. Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady?
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, wow. Kobe Bryant or LeBron James?
LeBron.
Kobe. Okay. All right. Well, I will leave it right there. You guys have an amazing game. Like I said, I'll be there. I know so many others will. David, thank you so much, your crew, for putting this on. It means a lot to the city. I know it does. You guys, throughout your adventures and things that you bring to San Antonio, have raised millions of dollars, for area kids. I mean, the impact on the economy it brings, and this is just one event. And I wish you guys the best of luck at the games, both of you. David, I know we'll probably get together for Final Fours. That'll be for sure. But it has been an honor to have you both here in 5 years. I'm going to be looking for that Olympic roster. Carlos, Kannon, I know the Heisman. Here we go. We're on a roll. You guys are going to do great in college, whether it be Incarnate Word, Our Lady of the Lake, Texas State. You guys are going to be playing. I know you will, whether it be track stars or a quarterback in the NFL. You guys will be on that stage someday, and I can't wait to be part of it and look back right here on this interview with you guys. So I want to thank you guys for taking the time. Do you guys want to give a shout out to anybody special? And please don't say too many girlfriends. I know your parents would probably kill you.
Just shout out to all my true supporters since I've been there since I started doing these sports things and just supporting me with everything.
Kannon?
Shout out UIW football. Shout out my mom. That's about it.
All right, guys. David, it's been an honor. Thank you for letting me showcase you and your program. And January 30th, Hero Stadium, 2 p.m. Tickets still available. David, they can get them on the website as well, correct?
SanAntonioSports.org, All-Star Game. Tickets are $10 online. We still have general admission available. They will be available on game day, but $15. So take advantage of that $10 price. But yes, SanAntonioSports.org.
Awesome. All right, guys. Thank you for being on the show. Don't forget to like us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I know you guys can check out this episode on YouTube starting today, and also on Facebook and everywhere else. Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeart, and all those other podcasts that you may subscribe to. So thank you guys for listening so much. A shout out to all our heroes and our COVID teams that are out there trying to make us and keep us safe. Thank you so much for everything you do to those doctors, teachers, and everyone else. Be safe out there, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.